with Schwellenbach tonight, you just have seen some growth with the addition of that, two-seamer and stuff. Does he just feel like he's got an advanced IQ, pitching IQ?
I think so. He's got a really good feel. It's just about, them kind of getting together with his pitch mix a lot. He's got a good assortment, good arsenal. A lot of it, I love his just the mound presence and I think the confidence and, there's a lot to like there. Plus, the stuff's really good.
Seems like he's a little more advanced than some of the others as far as just like what you're talking about.
Just, command, all the strikes that he throws with more than one pitch. The other day, he could have gave up one run in that game very easily against one of the better hitting teams in baseball. And it's just a matter of time, experience, things like that. But he's certainly got to step up on a lot of guys, at a young time in his career.
Even from his first start till his most recent one, have you seen him make progress in particular ways?
No, I have. I mean, I think just the way they're using his stuff and kind of, going, not so much going for kill shots all the time and using his sinker and change up and just his whole assortment, I think, has been really good. I mean, he competes really well. Just things quite, haven't gone perfect or quite right for him, but I really like where he's at and I've been very impressed with the young man.
He was saying that Cranny, Sal, and the catchers kind of urged him to bring that sinker back. Kind of what does that maybe just say about the feel that some of your coaches and your guys have?
Well, and I think that's just, as they get to know him and the guys catch him and they see things and like I say, with pitch mix, things like that, they'll be good for him in that respect because they know the league a lot better than he does. And, they've all been doing it a lot longer than he has. And, with his feel and everything, I mean, I see him very in there talking to him between innings and he's got a good feel for things.
You talked about a lot of the conversations he's had with guys like Murphy and Sale and Morton. How beneficial is it to have this specific set of veterans you have?
No, it's that you can't, that's probably the best advice and everything he can get out of those guys with that kind of experience. And he appears to me to be a kid that's going to be, asking a lot of questions of those guys, and it'll be good for him. And it's a good group for him, of guys for him to bounce things off of.
Your outfield looks different than it did on opening day. Your thoughts on how they may have to step up as you guys fight off the injury bug? Yeah,
no, it's just one of the things you have to deal with, and I say we're using all the depth, that's for sure, and giving a lot of guys opportunities, and we'll just kind of keep mixing and matching, and somebody gets hot, they're going to get an opportunity to play, and I think no matter how we go, I think we're still a really good defensive outfield, even with losing, a guy like Michael, and he and Ronald are elite defenders. It's hard to replace those guys, but I think with the guys in the mix we have an opportunity to still have a really, really top-notch defensive outfield.
And with those guys, Kelnick can scoop, Walt can scoop, and Duvall has power. You still have the elements of
no, very much so, and they all throw and can do something. Jared's holding his own, doing a really good job leading off, and like you say, with Adams' power, Ramon is a very, very good defensive outfielder with a above average arm. And if Forrest gets on, he can create some havoc with his speed.
The depth, and obviously Forrest last night, having different guys in different places, seeing so many guys step up in big moments.
Yeah, well, I said that's the one good thing is you guys get an opportunity to do something really good, and we've been cycling guys through, trying to find a mix and give guys opportunities, and it's glad we have people to choose from, that are in house. Because it's kind of rough spots to try and fill, but I think with what we have, we're going to do okay.
Forrest and other young players have mentioned how welcome they feel when they come into the clubhouse or get called up. How important is it to a team when your best players don't have the ego and are like that?
No, they are. They're all very, I think they're in there rooting for those guys and pulling for them and going to help them any way they can. And because they know they're part of our success. If we're going to be successful, we're going to need those guys. And you don't do any good alienating them. You might as well welcome them in and do the best you can to help them be successful. That's because if they're successful, we're all going to be. So I think our guys realize that, and the main goal is to win. Those guys want to win any way they can. And like I say, I don't ever hear anybody, doing a moaning about, if somebody gets hurt. I mean, it's just part of the game, part of what we do, and it's just a chance for somebody else to have a great opportunity.
Seems like you guys who veterans have been doing that for a while now, since Acuna and that class came up, and Freddie and all those guys kind of welcomed them and made them feel comfortable right away.
No, I think it's good. Yeah, no, it's good, and there's some really good, when a guy gets called up, and especially a young player, I mean, there's the guys that are in there, they've been doing it, they've been successful, they know how to do it, they're professional, they love playing the game, they like to work, and they see that, and guys, it's an easy place to assimilate into, I think, and plus the fact that they're really good people. You're talking about high-quality guys as far as their makeup and just the people that they are.
I imagine seeing him break through, there's some relief and happiness, satisfaction. What kind of, for you, is like the emotion you feel strongest watching him play, the way he's capable?
Well, I mean, I've been through it with him every year. I've just always admired and respected how he allows himself to get through those things. Not easy. It's not easy to do that. But, he's had struggles before, and I think he knows he always comes through. I mean, he always ends up righting the ship, and hopefully this is just a sign of him getting hot and being more of himself the rest of the year. So, but, I figured that he's going to come out of it at some point in time. He's been doing this too long. He's been too successful, and it's good to see.
Was there some relief with Waldrop that it wasn't anything worse and it was just kind of as you guys imagined?
Yeah, it was just the inflammation, they said, and it's you just never know when they get checked out what's going to come back. So I'm glad for him too, because I know he enjoys competing and pitching, and I guarantee you he didn't want to have a delay in this education process that he's going through this year. Hopefully he'll look back on it and it'll be a good thing.
Have you been able to just kind of tell them, look, if you are hurt, like, if you made a couple starts, please tell us.
Yeah, I mean, we tell them that in spring training even. It doesn't do any good to try and, there are times, and they know their bodies, there are times there's going to be sore and you're going to hurt. And I said, the only time you ever feel good in this game is the first day of spring training, because every time after that you got aches and pains and, something's probably not right. But there's a difference. But, I think it's good when they get it checked out, and as they, again, get experience and all, they'll be able to differentiate between the different areas and pain and hurt and all that kind of stuff.
Anything else?
Okay, thank you.